What's up, Saiyan Army? So today's topic is, do I have to deadlift to build a good back? So before we get into it, here's a picture. The top picture was taken about 3 years ago, so 7 years into lifting, and the bottom picture is 10 years, or a little less than 10 years, about 9 years into lifting. So about 2 years difference in pictures. The difference being is deadlifts. Understand, I've only been deadlifting for about a little over a year, going on 2 years, about a year and a half. So as you can see, a lot has changed. As a natural bodybuilder, from 7 to 10 years, a lot won't change, but a lot has changed for my back. So sorry for the ugly filter. This was before the selfie was involved, or the selfie was created. So the front camera sucked on phones. Also, I had a crappy back, so I didn't take much pictures of it, so it was hard finding a before picture for my back. So anyways, let's get into the topic. So in this workout, we're doing 10 sets of 3 with 370 pounds. There's 2 things that I'm currently working on as far as form goes during this workout. So first thing is keeping a neutral neck. I'm trying to keep my neck so I'm looking about 5 to 6 feet in front of me. Excuse me, instead of lifting it up towards the sky. So I'm trying to keep a neutral neck. The second thing I'm working on is keep mixed grip. So instead of using straps, which I'm allowed to because I'm a bodybuilder, instead of using straps, I'm trying to use mixed grip instead. And why am I trying mixed grip? It's easier to pull the slack out of the bar for me personally, and it's also, it just feels better. Like I can feel like I feel like I can feel the weight better using a more, just doing it raw. Later on in the video, I actually tear one of my calluses open, so I have to go back to straps. Okay, so let's get to the topic. The biggest thing you can see in the differences between my back is going to be the pop in my back. My back definitely looks a lot thicker after doing deadlifts, and it looks a lot three-dimensional. So I'm gonna have to say yes, if you want that three-dimensional good back, you're gonna have to do some kind of overload on your back. So it's gonna be either a conventional deadlift, like what I'm doing here, or a rack pull. Now, although I'm a huge fan of rack pull, I think I like conventional deadlifts better, but I'm gonna say rack pull feels a lot better on your back. But like anything, like all my exercises that I do, I like a full range of motion. I'm a huge proponent of full ranges of motion. So if I had to pick, it's gonna be straight deadlifts because I can also engage my hamstrings, my glutes. It engages a little bit more in my core as well. But if I'm doing a lift that's straight up just for my back, like you want to bring up your back sucks, then I'm gonna say rack pulls are probably gonna be a little bit better. You just want to make sure you're starting from below the knee. Okay, make sure you get a little deeper range of motion and start below the knee and focus on just keep bringing that chest up and squeezing that back. I think rack pulls are very underrated, and that's my thoughts on that. Also, what you're gonna do is you're gonna do some kind of heavy row. So you're gonna do a bent over barbell row. And for me, I don't like bent over barbell rows where your back's like at a 45-degree angle. I like it more parallel to the floor. So you engage a little bit more your lats. And you just make it a little bit harder for you. Okay, and then obviously you're not humping the bar. We've all seen the guy doing bent over rows where it looks like they're humping their bar because their hips are pushing into the bar at the same time as they're rowing because they're cheating. So it makes it a little bit more strict. Either that or like a pendlay row, which is your back's pretty much vertical. You start from the bottom. Or a heavy T-bar row. Those are my 3 favorite, and those are going to build thickness in your back. You combine that with a deadlift or a rack pull, you're going to have a thick back. I promise you, as long as you keep at it and you work on overloading that back and getting it stronger. Okay, the last thing you're going to do is work your lats, get that width coming in. So my favorite exercise, as you guys know, if for my OG, or for anyone that's been subscribed for a little bit, you guys know I love weighted pull-ups. Weighted pull-ups help my back get a lot wider over the past couple years. So even Arnold was a huge fan of pull-ups. I don't think I've seen pictures of him doing weighted pull-ups, but I know he did a lot of body weight pull-ups. So pull-ups in general, I think are going to be the ultimate for back width. I don't like pull downs. I'll do pull downs if it's later on in the workout or if I'm just trying to get some accessory work, or something's injured, or I'm just not feeling it. But not a huge fan of pull downs, but pull-ups are king. So that's what you're gonna do to hit that back to get the ultimate cobra looking mother effing back. So that's the end of the video, guys. Hope this helped you guys. For those of you guys with injured backs, because I've been getting lots of emails about that too. You guys know that I have a bulging disc, and from time to time I injure it. Cross knock on wood, I'm not going to injure it anymore. But I've been getting lots of emails about people with injured backs. I'm going to tell you, it varies from person to person. Like, my doctor straight up told me, don't do any deadlifts, don't do anything that puts pressure on your lower back from now until you die. And lots of that is because they want to save their ass. They don't want to get sued. They don't want to tell you, oh, you're okay to deadlift, and you hurt yourself, and then I go back and sue them. And I'm going to say the same thing, like, start slow. If you want to deadlift, then deadlift. If you want to rack pull, then rack pull. But start slow. And make sure your form is perfect, and start really light. I don't care if you're starting with the 45-pound bar. Just start really light and work your way up. Make sure your form is perfect. Yeah, that's what I did. I started really slow. Even if you can't deadlift at all, just start with like back hyperextension. Start with something that will work your lower back just a little, and just work from there, okay? That's all I'm gonna tell you guys. It differs from person to person, but be safe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Aloha!
Gina, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000!
What's up, YouTube? So, leg day today, and we got a special guest for fellow subscriber and YouTuber. I want you guys to go check